Hey friends, Bart Obrakta here, and I wanted to ask you a quick question. Has anybody ever given you this advice? Fake it till you make it. Okay, and I'm sure you've come across that statement. But I mean, what does it really mean? I mean, what is it that you should be faking? I mean, that's really the question. Fake what? Because I've been in the real estate. Well, just my background, just so you know, I've been in sales for a big part of my life. I went to school to be a programmer. Okay, to get a degree because that's what everybody told me to do. You know, go get a good degree, get a good job, get good benefits, 401k, and you know the story. And you know, when you do that, when you have a job and stuff like that, you really don't have to fake much stuff because you go to work, you do your job, you go home, and you're done pretty much. But when you get into the sales and the marketing aspect of you know, when you get in that type of a profession where you have to sell a product or a service, you know, I heard that a lot. Fake it till you make it. When I was in real estate, when I started real estate, you know, I heard people, and I heard like gurus, real estate people saying, you know, you should, you know, when you sell real estate, you got to look professional, you got to look sharp, you got to have a sharp looking car, and you know, you just got to look like $1 million because you're going to be driving clients around. You know, and they're going to look at how you dress. They're going to look at, you know, what kind of car you're driving, and they're going to tell whether you're successful or not. So that's kind of fake it till you make it. That's kind of the bad advice, because people actually, when they get into a profession like that, they actually believe, you know, fake it till you make it. So I got to go out and buy a nice car and you know, live in a nice house and buy expensive suits that they can't afford. Okay, and then eventually, if they don't become successful, okay, that could end up biting them in the ass at the end, because, you know, now they got debt, okay, and they weren't ready for the kind of commitment and dedication you need to have in that type of a profession, like real estate, for example. And same thing happens in our industry, in the home-based business industry. In the profession of network marketing, you know, I heard that too, and that's why that's kind of one thing that you know, after a while, I figured it all out, that, you know, and that's what I didn't like about it. So you might get offended, or you might be shaking your head, going, "Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about." You know, they tell you when you join a company, and you know, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good companies out there, and what they teach does work, but it's not for everybody, and especially it wasn't for me. I didn't like wearing the, you know, the three-piece suits to hotel presentations every week, or when you do a home presentation and tell you got to look sharp and all that stuff. And that's not me. I'm not a suit kind of a guy, and I'm just a t-shirt and jeans kind of a person, and you might be too. So after a while, I was very uncomfortable, and I also realized one thing is that when they tell you these things, to wear a suit and go to these hotel meetings and look like, you know, they always said, we need a business, you know, you need to look professional, business-like, okay? Well, you're inviting people to these presentations in the hotels, and some of these people are coming in there with a job mentality, and they might be coming. It might be like a contractor, or I don't know, someone who works as a mechanic or something, and they come in there and they see all these guys wearing all these suits. You know, they could get really uncomfortable really soon, okay, because they think that that's what they're going to have to do when they get into this type of a business, the network marketing business. And that kind of turned me off until I found a company that I'm with today, where the culture is basically be yourself. you know, you can't really fake it until you make it. Because eventually, you know, when you start lying about your income, when you start lying about, well, I can do this, I can do that, well, eventually the truth comes out and people realize that you're full of crap. Okay, so one thing you can, okay, fake it till you make it is to be confident and act like you believe that where you're going to get there, because you have a plan, you have, you know, goals, that you have a clear vision, and you take massive action. So, you know, feeling like you're already succeeding and feeling that you're already a leader. There's nothing wrong with having that kind of confidence. And when you have confidence and when you have a clear vision, people will follow. Okay, and they're not going to be wondering whether you're faking, you know, until you make it. They're not going to be questioning you, because you could always, you know, one thing you don't want to do is fake your income, but what you can do is leverage the income of others. Okay, like for example, I'm a full-timer. Okay, not in internet marketing. I have a full-time job, and I work this on a part-time basis. And you might be wondering, you know, can you really do this on a part-time basis? Well, sure you can, because we have plenty of people. We've got Chris, who works about 60 to 70 hours a week. He does internet marketing on a part-time basis. We got Lawrence, who was a full-time engineer until he got laid off from his job, but the whole time he was doing it on a part-time basis. You know, we've got other people that started as part-timers. We got Alex, who's also, he has a job full-time, and he does internet marketing on a part-time basis. But, you know, these people always believe that they can do it and they could succeed in internet marketing. And there's nothing wrong with having a good attitude, having confidence, and having a good outlook, and having a vision, knowing that you're doing the right thing, and knowing that you're going to get there. Okay, and if you really want to take a look, you know, to see if you're a part-timer, and you know, if you work a job full-time and you're a part-timer, you know, I do have a link, a button below this video. If you want to hear Lawrence's story, for example, click on that link and hear what happened to him as a full-time engineer, how he was able to transform his life on a part-time basis. Okay, and if you found value in this video, go ahead and click and scroll all the way down to the bottom to the comments area and let me know your thoughts on this video, and if you found value in it, and what your opinion is on this fake it until you make it. So if you want to hear Lawrence's story, click on the link below. If you want to comment, go ahead and scroll down below and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you soon, friends.